For this video, we're going to be converting from degrees to radians. I think the easiest way to accomplish this is just right out front to remember the following, that pi is always 180 degrees. That means pi over 2 would be half of that, or 90 degrees. Pi over 3 would be 60 degrees. Pi over 4 is going to be 45 degrees. And pi over 6 is going to be 30 degrees. If we know these, then it makes it really easy for us to convert from degrees to radians. Because anything that I give you is always going to be a multiple of one of these numbers. For example, if I ask you to convert 210 degrees into radians, if we look at these 30, 45, 60, 90, 180, hopefully it's obvious to you that 210 is divisible by 30. And if I take it and I convert this into radian degrees, it's going to be 7 times 30 degrees, or 7 times pi over 6. We usually just write that 7 pi over 6. Thinking about this backwards, that pi, remember, is 180 degrees. Dividing that by 6 gives me 30. And the 30 times 7 gives me 210. Another quick example, 540 degrees. This one might be a little bit harder for us to see. This actually has a few things that divide evenly into it. It might be hard for us to see that 180 degrees divides evenly into it, but hopefully it's not that hard for you to see that 90 degrees is divides evenly into 540 degrees. So 540 is divisible by 90 degrees. So I can rewrite this 540 as, well, what is that? It's going to be 6 times 90 degrees, isn't it? 6 times 9 is 54. Add the 0, that's your 540. And when I convert this to radians, that 90, here it is, that 90 is pi over 2. 90 degrees is pi over 2 radians. So I can rewrite this as 6 pi over 2. 6 divided by 2 is just 3, and I can rewrite it as 3 pi. If you were to leave that in its other form, it would depend on your teacher, but if you're one of my students, then I would probably be okay with you leaving it as 6 pi over 2. But if you're in Algebra 2 now, you should be able to recognize that that's just 3 pi. Just one more for you, 300 degrees. It should be obvious to you that 300 degrees is divisible by 30. It's also divisible by 60, but maybe you don't notice that. But it's pretty obvious it's divisible by 30 degrees, so let's go with that one. 300 degrees is the same as 10 times 30 degrees. Converting the 30 degrees to radians is pi over 6 radians. 10 pi over 6. We can simplify that to 5 pi over 3, and we can and we should. I hope that's helpful.